Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent with Listings to Leads. Let's talk about the resources that you have. There's a lot in Listings to Leads. It's a very powerful platform. It interacts with a lot of social media, it interacts with your CRMs and tools for print, tools to blast out on your databases. So lots of ways to get buyers and seller leads, whether you have listings or even if you don't. Because there's a lot there, we do live trainings like this. And I want to make sure that if you're not aware that this page exists, which is lead gen webinars, right? And I do the Get Started class, Facebook and Google ads, top tools for more listings. I do a call for lenders. So I'm going to send this to everybody here on the call right now, but it's on leadgenwebinars.com. And I definitely recommend that if you have time that you join these classes. And we record them all, right? So they're all right here on our YouTube channel. I'm going to send this to you as well. And I set up the teams, I set up the partnerships around the country and stuff like that. And occasionally I talk to real estate agents. They'll call with questions or want to talk about what the platform is. And I tell them usually to watch the 3 calls that I do: top tools for more listings, and get Facebook and Google ads, and then Get Started, which is the class we're doing here today. But there's a lot of people who are calling and they're understanding that the way that you marketed in the past, it's just not quite working, right? So I'm going to send you this link. This should be showing in your GoToMeeting panel. And our system works incredibly well in today's market. Things are always changing. Uh-oh, did I leave? Am I in here? Can you guys hear me? I just got a weird message that I just left the room. Are you guys seeing that? You can hear me and see me. Okay. So you can still see me. I don't know. That was weird. It tells you that somebody has come and somebody has gone. Anyway, so the reason why I'm talking about this page right here is I know, because we've been doing this for 14 years, that agents really don't want to watch hour-long videos. But I can tell you this: if you invest your time in our platform and learn how to use it, and you apply that consistently, your business will grow. Okay. And I don't think you can say that for everything out there. You can certainly, there are a lot of great companies that can charge you every month, and something may happen or may not happen, but you cannot guarantee that your business is going to grow. And I'm pretty sure I've seen so many people over the years go from like rookies to all-stars, moving from one state to the next and starting their own office, leveraging our platform. So this is our YouTube channel. Definitely find it. You have a link to it now. I definitely recommend that you hold on to this and you review some of these videos until you just realize, okay, I get it. I get what they're doing and I'm going to use this. Okay. So we're going to close that and maybe we'll come back to it later. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have the mastermind group, right? If you're a client, you ask the support team, what are the 3 you recommend to start? Yes. Okay. We'll go back to that. Hold on a second, Jenny. So this is our mastermind group. Ask the support team to get you in here. This is where Scott and I talk about what's coming down. But right here, somebody just put something in a couple hours ago. Said, I hosted 2 open houses this weekend, 2 separate properties. I ran an open house ad on each, one for $35 for 4 days and one for $45. Give me a second. This is my support team. Asking me something. Yes. Sorry, this is our support team, and I don't know that error that I noticed. I think somebody is noticing. Yeah. Anyway. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I think there's something haywire happening somewhere. Okay. Anyway, let's go back. What were you talking about? Oh yeah. Sorry about that. So he ran one ad for an open house for $35 and one ad for $40, both for 4 days each. And he's got 31 leads and name, email, and phone number. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. For those who are using L to L, then he asks, for those who are using L to L, how do you follow up with these? And he says, beyond just calling, texting, and emailing. And frankly, that don't texting is really important. I think I want to speak to that real quickly. That a lot of agents feel like I can pick up the phone and call these people. And I don't know about your smartphone, so it might tell me who's calling. And if I don't know the number, I might not answer. If it says spam, I definitely don't answer, right? But there's so many phone calls and spam, people trying to get your social security number, you can't actually expect everybody to answer your call. And if they do realize that you're a realtor, they might be like, oh yeah, I'm not interested. But they clicked on that. Well, you have to be a real human to click on our ads. So you got to work on the conversion a little bit harder. And I think the tip that I would recommend to everyone is to text and email. Okay. Text and email. We have drip campaigns. If you don't have your drip campaigns, have drip campaigns go and text. And always, I'll tell you, there's some kind of what I would call CRM 2.0 platforms out there that they will hit a lead like 12 times in 3 days, right? Text and email. And you should do that. You should be texting and say, hey, I saw that. Can I help you? I'm helping somebody else. So I want to make sure you don't fall through the cracks kind of thing, right? And then have some kind of email campaign following up, whether it's ours. So there was a question here from Janine. What should we start with? What would be the top three? And the top three, you're on one of the top three, which is called Get Started. Okay. And so somewhere yeah, right here, Get Started. And underneath it says custom landing pages for lead gen. And so sometimes I talk about a particular topic. That's what's underneath it. But then I talk about Facebook and Google. So I definitely recommend that. And you'll notice from like this Facebook and Google 10 days ago, I talked about carousel ads, right? And this one here, Facebook and Google, I talked about the lead cost for buyers and sellers. These are all important things, right? And then what's the other one? Top tools for more listings. Like top tools for more listings. I don't know where that is, but it's somewhere in here, right here. And then this one, I talked about or focused on PDF guides. So when I talk about the top tools for more listings, there's these kind of standard things are the top, and they are the top because they get great results, they convert, this and that. But I will go down a particular path because based on what I'm seeing and what I'm having conversations about. So that's why I tell people look at a few of these and because the more you understand, the more you can apply this, you will not walk away from the platform and your business will grow as a result. So lean on that. That's really my message. So I sent you the link of how you can sign up for these, but this is where we record them. And I want to talk about some things I was looking at today, which were some landing pages. Because I get a report and I see what's generating leads. And now I'm not sure if this one's going to work because I was talking to the gentleman who created this. And so they probably changed it. Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Jesus. Now I know what's happening. Give me a second. We are down. Listings to leads is down. That's what my support team is trying to tell me. Great. Let's see if I can get in. I was going to show you some landing pages and it looks like, sorry, hold on. It looks like something is broken because I should be in the system by now. It's a case. I'm going to go back to our mastermind group for a bit and see if we can pick things, if the system can pick up. Because if my support team is telling me, which they were telling me like there's an issue, then they're going to reboot it. I do want to point out that get in the mastermind group. Scott's doing a 1-hour coaching call. It happens at 10 a.m. Pacific, 5 days a week. These calls are also on the YouTube channel. And what I like about them, like when I do a training call, it's an hour long, right? And I'm going in depth in a very broad topic and going into details of how to step by step. But what Scott's doing now is doing shorter classes that are really focused on one aspect. This one here is obviously FSBOs, and a lot of our clients like to go after FSBOs. So he's explaining, here's how you do it, right? Over here, somebody new who's having the most success in seller leads, right? The top tool, I'll tell you, if you watch the top tools for most listings to get listings, I go into the top tools and I wish I could actually, let me show you. Let me show you one of the top things. It's right here in my group. And this is a big reason why you want to get in it. We get so much feedback from agents like you, right? And they're telling us what works. So let's talk about a few of the top things that we can see right here. This is the nearby homeowner letter. So when you get a listing, and it doesn't matter what stage it's at, when you get a listing, you'll click on the green button that says market listing. And there's a dozen tools, right? Facebook ads, social media posts, postcards and print tools and tools to blast out on your CRM. But this is called the nearby homeowner letter. And our clients get the best, our clients who get the most listings from our account, they leverage this letter all the time. Okay. And so this client here she's been a client for more than years. And she's telling us in the post, hey, I'm mailing this out now that it's just sold. She had already mailed 100 of these out when it was just listed. And a lot of our top clients will do this because this letter, as simple as it looks, is effective. It's not meant to be very wordy so that people just look at it, scan it, and make a decision. And the decision that we want is that we're telling them we've either just listed a home or just sold a home, and that affects your home value, and go here to get your free home value. So she does something like I've been training on this tool for, God, so many years. It's crazy. And I used to train and I would tell our clients, like, put it in a colorful envelope, right? Put it in a blue envelope or whatever. And there are clients here that have like canary yellow envelopes and stuff like that. Something so it doesn't look like junk. But Pat here prints this on the back of that letter so that she can trifold it herself and handwrite the envelopes. And even the little red stamp was all done by her publisher software. And the cool thing, if you look up Pat's name in our mastermind group, a few days after this, so that was September 18th. So probably in a week later, she posted the template so that you can do that yourself, so that you can print that yourself. Now, I want to say that you can see that's a lot of work. She prints out 100. She prints on the back. She handwrites the envelopes and she mails them. And why in the world would an agent want to do that? I know if you're new to us, you certainly don't want to be doing that. But here's why. She sent out 200 pieces of mail. She had 4 people calling her on the first batch, on the first 100, and she had another 4 people call on the second one. So if you look in the comments, you'll see, because I asked her, like, what were the results? So from one home, 200 pieces of mail, she has 8 people who want to sell their home this year in 2024. And I don't know what you're doing right now that's getting you 8 listings, but I would really recommend that you look at this, because this is not the only example. Pat is actually, she's been telling us this same kind of information for many years. She just keeps coming in here and saying, oh, I'm mailing this out again and I'm getting more leads. So this is another guy over in Texas. And again, this is the top tools for more listings. So he says, hey, I've got 5 listings in 3 months. This guy moved from, I don't know what state, to Texas, right? With his wife and kids. And he was a realtor, but he doesn't know anybody. So he's borrowing listings from his office and he's using the nearby homeowner letter. And this is what he's doing. He says, I send it out every other week to neighbors who've owned their homes for more than 5 years. He bought that list from Remind. List Source will also sell you that list. I think RedX and a few other companies, or your title partner can get that for you. And so he's mailing that letter every 2 weeks on borrowed listings. And when they respond to the home value link, he hits them up every week with phone calls, bomb messages, and letters via mail, letters left. So that letter just continues to work, right? That's it. So I'm not trying to stall, but it does seem like we've been hit pretty hard, and normally it would be up, and I don't see it. So I just wanted to mention that, and we'll go back to the group. I think I'm going to let everybody go here. today early. My apologies. I will say this get started call I did just, let's see, a couple of weeks ago. Where is it? It's right around here somewhere. I'll send it to you all right now. This one I focused on landing pages, right? So because I don't really want to sit here and hem and haw and walk through that, I'm going to send this to everybody right now, right? And you might want to check this one out. That's a link to this video right here. That's talking about it's my get started class from a couple weeks ago. And it's going to walk you through. Oh, wait a second. If you're still here, let's see. That looks, oh, hold on. What happened? Kind of looks like something worked. Looks like we're live. Oh my God. Is everybody still here? Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. So let's go back to where we were. If you have questions, let me know. Let's get into setup. Okay. Let's talk about what you need to do. Now, if you come into the system, if you're signing up on the website, we put you through a wizard that looks like this here, right? This account setup. But we innovate and add new technology so fast that this thing, it can rarely keep up. So let's go over here and let's give you the more thorough way of setting up. When you come here to your profile, I want to let you know that if you want to send leads or tools to different people, you can add your assistant or you can add your buyer's agents or things like that and have leads go one direction. You can have buyer leads go one direction. You can have your seller leads go in another direction, right? So that's very helpful. For your branding, you want to make sure you get your logo. You want to make sure you can change your colors. You see these colors here, gold and blue. Those are all related to this. So you can choose your colors there. And also, there's some kind of color schemes from some of the bigger franchises out there. This here, I really recommend that there's a luxury version and there's a lead gen version of our single property websites. I would check out, I'm not seeing the graphs letter he is showing. I will show you that, Brenda, in just a minute. Okay. Just hold on. So I would recommend setting the default, or over here is the lead gen one. The lead gen single property website is actually going to capture more leads. The other one looks nicer, but if you want to capture leads, I would recommend that. I also recommend that you choose maybe one of these. These are different. If you click on the eyeball, you can see this is the style of what the social media auto posting, when you share to social media, what it looks like. So this is nice here. I like this one. It's got your little picture in it. It's got a few kind of pictures. That might work. I think that works, but choose your template there. That's what happens. Now, when it says social media links, this is where we put an icon and people can follow you. So if you're trying to build your social media, that's great. Lead gen signature is something where you can grab your signature, copy it here, and embed it in Gmail, or whatever email you have as a platform. Okay. Up here on auto posting, you want to connect your social media accounts. And this always freaks agents out, but this will say connect Facebook. When you click it, it takes you to Facebook, and then it says, is this you? And you are supposed to click yes. And then the next picture the next page will show you your business pages. Wait a second. You can't see my screen? Hold on. Oh, God darn it. Sorry, guys. Give me a second, guys. You mean I've been yammering on here? Boy, this is a rough one. Sorry. Give me a second, everybody. Good Lord. Yeah. A little bit better, everybody. Good heavens. Let's go back. Start at the top of this. Everybody see my screen now? My apologies for that. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. So sorry. Good heavens. All right, guys. Come to your profile, bottom left, right down here. Make sure you get your picture in there, your stuff. If you want to use your team name instead of your name, you can do that there. If you want to send leads in different directions, or you want to send marketing tools in different directions, you can do that on your profile. Your branding is where you put your logo and your color scheme. Okay. Right down here is the lead gen signature. You want to copy this and embed it in your email so that every time you send it out, it's going to have a link to your review page and also a link to your instant home value. That's part there, right? Now we're talking about auto posting. So you want to click on auto posting here. You want to connect to all your socials, and then we'll auto post your listings. If you want us to auto post free home values, turn it on right here. Tell us how often here. If you want us to auto post a down payer assistance landing page, turn it on here, set the frequency here, save it, new construction, same thing, turn it on. Also, you've got CRM integration. So if you have a CRM, connect it here, right? If you don't see your CRM and here, check with your CRM and see if they gave you a unique email address. For instance, Follow Up Boss would have Vincent12345, like 20 numbers at followupboss.com. And we used to put those here and save it. And that tells us anytime we capture a lead from you anywhere, send it to Follow Up Boss. Now we have an API from Follow Up Boss. So you don't need that for Follow Up Boss, but that's how it works if you have a CRM who doesn't have an API with us. If you don't have any CRM, or if you're like one of these agents that's paying for KV Core and you have never figured out how to turn it on, I know CRMs are not the easiest thing. Go over here on the left-hand side to follow-ups. Okay. These are drip campaigns and turn them on. If you don't have a CRM or you have a CRM that is not turned on, turn it on right here, right? Turn on the seller ones and the buyer ones. And we know if it's a buyer lead or seller lead, and we do it, we send it. If you're working in Spanish speaking markets and you're using our Spanish tools, you can do that there too. Okay. So we were back on the profile. Let's just go back there, make sure we did everything right. Yeah. We did CRM integration. We did auto posting. We want to make sure we get the lead gen signature embedded in your email. And then we talked about follow-ups here. One thing I definitely want everybody to do is to take advantage of our client review page. So if you are capturing reviews, you can add them to our system and we'll show them on single property websites and virtual tours. You can import them from Zillow, from Google, from Testimonial Tree, but you might also have reviews in other places like Facebook or other places. You can copy them and put them here. Okay. And they will all show up on various tools, but this one specifically is designed to market your reviews. And you'll notice that if you scroll down, all your reviews are here, right? And if you keep scrolling, you're going to see a marketing plan, not talking about listings to leads, but certainly talking about our technology of all the tools that are going to help you sell their home. And you can even snap in a testimonial if you feel like doing that. And then we haven't talked about it yet, but there are a bunch of PDF guides, some for homeowners and some for home buyers. If somebody wants to download it for free, they can. They just got to give you their contact information. And if we keep scrolling down, all of your listings are here. Okay. And if somebody clicks on one of your listings, we're going to drop them on a single property website. Okay. And this is our single property website that we're auto generating for people. All your photos are here. There's even what is your home worth is in there. There's a marketing plan again, the PDF guides. So what's going on is we're creating tools that capture leads, right? We're creating an environment or an ecosystem in a way that captures leads. This page will pop up automatically. Anytime they click on continue with Facebook, we're grabbing their name and email and we are delivering it to you. So that's all on the client review webpage. If you've got your reviews here, you want to definitely take this URL right here and go over to Facebook. And ideally, you are a friend of your client on Facebook, because then you can do this. And if you like referrals, you definitely want to be doing what I'm about to show you here. You want to tag your client, right? Hi, so-and-so, right? And sugarcoat it. But if you tag your client on this, all of their friends and family and colleagues are going to see this. Okay. And they're going to know that their friend you were the realtor for their friend. And now you know if they click on that photo or on that link, it's going to bring them to a page that's all about you, right? This has got so much lead capture built in. If you are gathering reviews, take advantage of this. Tag your clients on Facebook because all their friends and family and colleagues are going to see that. Also, if we keep going up the page here on landing pages, I recommend that all of you right away click on this page that says create landing page. And let's see here, create landing page. Property Valuation Plus is the instant home value page. Okay. And you each need at least one. You get unlimited landing pages in your account. You'll see that we have landing pages pre-built for iBuyers, for FSBOs, for expired listings. You can do custom stuff, growing family, but you definitely need Property Valuation Plus. And then you just type in the name of your favorite town, which who knows what's going to be, Martina, right? Boom. And then it'll create the page. It'll look super generic like this. And then you want to make sure and put a picture like this one over here in the background so that people are more comfortable. And actually I wanted to show you something, but after we finish the setup, I'm going to go into my email and show you something. Then we want to go into social content. Okay. And social content is, if you know that social media exists and you want to leverage, you don't want to be spending hours every day putting content there, right? That's what this piece right here is about. This is so you can come here. And when you come here the first time, we're going to ask you connect to your social media accounts, and you can connect to all your business pages. You can tell us how often, every day of the week or one day a week, but then you choose some topics. And we've got 50 different topics here. I'm going to give that a second to bake and go open my email while we're waiting for that. There are 50 different topics, and each one of those topics has multiple dozens articles about underneath those targets, right? Or underneath those topics. And so that's why this page too big, because it's just pulling a deep database of articles. But what you're going to do is set the topics that you want and then forget about it. And we're just going to start posting throughout the year. So that's still baking. Let's go see what's happening over here. Well, everything's taking a little bit of time here. I want to pull up a section that I am waiting on. Okay. Anyway, here's the social content. Remember those PDF guides that I mentioned? You can have us auto post them to your social medias right here for sellers or buyers or both, in English or in Spanish. Okay. There's like fun holiday stuff here. If you're Canadian, we've even got Canadian holidays. And down here, we've got all these kind of design areas, kitchen design, living rooms, basements. It's nice, light, conversational, colorful content. It's not deep, heavy industry reads. Okay. Outdoor living. You've even got real estate humor, memes, and weird stuff like that. I know realtors like to share that, but here you just set it and forget it. Okay. And then let's keep moving up. Now I'm just going to show you the guides. We'll talk about them in terms of marketing. But when we went to the profile and we put your colors and we put your logo and your picture, they're going to flow through every one of these PDF guides. Okay. And these PDF guides, there are 80 of them for buyers or for sellers. You decide what you want to do, right? What are you focused on? Buyers, sellers, both. You can download them here. And when we talk about converting, if you're capturing seller leads with our platform, I highly recommend there are 40 of these for homeowners. Download one of these once a week, pay-per-click your business card to it, put it in an envelope, and drive by and drop it off once a week, and so that people get familiar with who you are. This is important for converting. There's also, you can run ads on Facebook. There's a short form video script. If you're not comfortable with that, download it and read those and get comfortable, because having video and building your brand on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or TikTok can be very valuable to your business. You can also run ads on Google, social media posts. You can do these one by one if you like, and if you got that kind of time. Let's see here. What is the problem with email? I feel like I'm having a bad internet today. Let's see. Okay. But you can also, you got print flyers, postcards. The point here is all of these options all capture leads. And you've got 80 different guides where you're branded on every page. So definitely use those, right? And then we got listing marketing. Now, your listings should auto sweep. If you have listings, we're going to look at your email on your profile and we're going to grab the listings associated to that email. Okay. And let's go here. When we go here, it'll look just like this. Click on market listing to see the tools that you have available. We've ranked these in terms of return, meaning how many leads you get back. And so you noticed at the beginning of the call, I was talking about our mastermind group, and this guy ran a couple of ads and he got 30 something leads from running 2 open house ads, right? So I think this house that I clicked on actually has an open house. So if I click on Facebook and Instagram, all I got to do is click, boom, create ad. That's how easy it is to create an ad on Facebook. And if we go look, let's go look one more time at what he was saying. Sure. Let's go back here. What did he say? He said he has 31 leads. He spent $75 and he has 31 leads. When you run an ad with our software, it's very hard to make a mistake. Okay. If you're running an ad inside Facebook, there's plenty of ways to make mistakes. I want to tell you that leads on Facebook, especially buyer leads, cost usually around $3 each. Okay. So if I run an ad for $35 and I divide that by 3, you can expect about 11 leads. Now, this guy, I don't know where he works, Don Corson, but it looks to me like he spent $75 and he has 31 leads. That sounds closer to $2.50. I'm not that fast this morning, but it's cheaper cost for him per lead. If you live in Manhattan where everything costs more, including a cup of coffee, your leads are probably going to cost more than $3 each. Okay. On the buyer side. But this is how you run an ad on Facebook. And that gentleman ran 2 ads just like this on an open house, 2 different open houses, and has 31 leads with name, email, and phone number. So I definitely, if you need buyers, you need to sell a home, you absolutely got to get started right here. Social media posts look very similar, but they're free. And that's where we set up our profile and we said, hey, connect your social media. That tells us, hey, let's get this out. And let me just show you, we're going to go into Facebook right here. This is what an automated post looks like. So I have been watching, I'm friends with so many realtors on the internet and on Facebook, and I can see the things that they like to share. And usually they're colorful. They have colors and that's cool. And maybe they write something nice, but they don't capture any leads with it. I can just see, I've even seen, it's just horrible because agents don't know what they're doing. If you turn on our auto posting, all this is pre-written. This photograph is here. I showed you on your profile that you can change the look of that photo. It could have, there's multiple different templates. But here's the thing about listings leads. If somebody clicks on that post because they're interested, we put a landing page behind it. Have you, prior to listings to leads, posted any of your listing information with a photo behind it? This is for open house. You can post this. We can auto post it when it's just listed. If you flip the property to pending, we'll repost it. And now that it's later stage, we won't be asking for buyer leads. We'll be offering a free home value. If the home is sold, we'll auto post it again, offering a free home value because that affects their home value. You need to use our social media auto posting. You need to update your status so that it's getting auto posted. It's free and it captures leads, free leads. This is the nearby homeowner letter. When we talked about earlier, I was talking about Pat Motley and Chris Winstead. This is the letter that we're talking about. So let me show you the really simple version of it. And we can download, there are 3 versions. They all do the same thing. They're just aesthetically a little bit different, right? And this is what it's not very sexy, right? It's not anything heavy. It's like, we live, unfortunately, in an ADD nation, right? We need to have an instant view, make a decision, and take an action. And that's what this is. I got an open house. Go check it out. Even text that number. That's going to affect your home value. Go here and get your free home value. And that's the thing. Like this paper, this landing page, there are multiple ways to get it in the market, but to get the highest quality listing leads that convert into business, you want to mail this to homeowners with equity. How the heck do you do that? Pat Motley and Chris Winstead in the mastermind group show you how they do it. They bought a list and they do it by hand. We have an easy way here, an account with Express Copy, and then you can connect it and it will give you this option to print and mail. You might want to try this. This is a lot easier. Cost a little bit more, but as you can see, I clicked one button. I'm going to click one more button, get the email, get the list there. And I can click the third button, submit order. And this will mail 100 pieces of this letter, same letter. It'll mail it. They'll fold it. Express Copy will fold it. They'll send it in a 1 mile radius or whatever you decide to choose to homeowners that own single family homes for more than 6 years. For 100 pieces of mail, $185. This is a really fast, efficient way of getting out our number one tool that gets leads that turn into contracts. Now, I'm going to remind you, because we talked about it earlier, but I'm just going to remind you that that partnership, with Express Copy, it's something that we set up. Lord of mercy. Sorry. Let's see what in the world is going on here. Pat, here we go. That Express Copy relationship is something that we set up about a year ago, year and a half ago. So not a lot of our clients know about it. And they're still doing it the old fashioned way. Pat here, this is based on our original way of doing it, which is we didn't have an integrated printer. Now we're trying to make it easier for all of you. So we have an integrated printer. I don't know if you'll have the same results as handwriting envelopes the way that Pat has, right? But it's definitely simpler. If you have a database or CRM, here's the electronic version of that letter, right? So whenever you see eFlyer for your database throughout the system, copy it right here, copy the code. And that's going to copy the HTML code. And you'll notice that this is about an open house. So you can click on that link, that picture, you're going to land on a page that's going to capture you as a buyer lead. Always on the same flyer, we're always going to say that affects your home value. And you know what happens if you click on this? You're going to land on a landing page to get an instant home value. Now, short form video scripts. And I've been hesitant because I know what's the median age of a realtor? It's plus 50 years old. At least half of the realtors have such an aversion to social media. It's allergies, right? You can imagine the percentage of these folks, or even the people who are using social media, want to be doing video. I would say it's 5 to 10% of all realtors. Unfortunately, it's not really easy. You don't know what to say, but when you see short form video scripts, download it, read it a few times. We're telling you what to say right here. Then you whip out your smartphone, you talk on it. If you need an app to tell it to broadcast it, you can download it right here. Or I'm sure you can if you got Instagram, you can upload it directly there, and YouTube and all that. Definitely go that route if you want to build your brand and get more business. Video is super strong. If you use video in your ads, right? I'm going to show you how to run ads in a little bit. Your leads, you get more leads and they cost less per lead. Remember when I said, hey, on Facebook, it's $3 usually per buyer lead. If you use video, Facebook is trying to promote it. So they're giving you an incentive to get cheaper leads. So I definitely recommend that. Now, we also create single property websites. We talked about that earlier. Make sure your lead gen is the default. Virtual tours, I would say make the lead gen version your default. If you've got a super awesome home, you can just go over here and copy this. And it definitely has a different view. This is what we call a luxury virtual tour, which looks better. If you got a super beautiful home or it's a marquee property, and then I recommend it, but it doesn't capture leads as well as the lead gen version. So it's really based on, what your goal is right there. Open house sign-in form. This is actually a whole open house marketing toolkit. So definitely use this. Everything is mobile optimized. You got to use this. Give yourself 5 to 7 days to market an open house. You'll find yourself with dozens of buyers, right? Postcards. If you've been in real estate for more than 1 year, you probably know about print in real estate, right? And every major franchise has all your print ready. But what it has is your branding, right? It has your color scheme. and it probably has your photo and your headshot and with the ability for people to call you. But you may not know this, but people don't want to be calling realtors all day. And that's what we're about. We know that people want information. You know that they research for months or even years before they pull the trigger. So all of our tools, including these postcards and these door hangers, have call to actions and URLs built right into them. So that if you're going to spend money in print, use our tools, use our designs. You can use Express Copy or you can just download it here to your favorite printer. We do have sign writers. We do have blog posts. And yes, they capture leads. And we even have tools for Craigslist. And when we create our virtual tour for you, we auto upload it to our YouTube channel. Okay. If you have your own YouTube channel, if you have your own YouTube channel, connect it and we'll auto load there. Janine's asking any plans on adding more lead gen to the professional or to the luxury version. This right here is the luxury version. There is lead gen in it already, just not as much. You can capture leads with this. It's just not as much. It's down here. Whereas the other one is just straightforward. It's already there. Even here, you got an instant home value built in. So there's a lot here, but the lead gen version is just clearer. It's just much more clear of, oh, okay, I've got all these call to actions right in front of me. So that's the listing marketing. So we've talked about listing marketing. We've talked about the PDF guides. Let's go over here. I think actually my email is working. I want to show you something. This is a report that Scott and I get every Monday. And it talks about where are people getting leads. And this will give you just a little bit of food for thought. So in the past 7 days, let's just go here. Assist to Sell. I don't know if Assist to Sell, they have an interesting model. And I know that the owners always sign up and they just run page. This guy's got a generic kind of home value page and he's running ads on it. That's all he does. And then he gets it back. So in the past 7 days, he's got 15 seller leads from that. Claudia Nelson is different. She is not like an office owner. She is an agent and she's in Virginia, right? So this is Woodbridge. And you know what? She's using a photo of something that people are going to recognize, the local mall, right? And I definitely recommend that kind of thing. When you're creating a home value page, put a picture in the background that people are going to recognize. And let's see, here's another one. What's my homework? Oh, she's got a generic page. So she captured leads, 7. She didn't even customize it. Let's go look at Austin from Next House. And I think Austin's up in Canada. Yeah, Calgary. He's got like a skyline shot. And that's the thing that you got to think about these home valuation pages. What they're asking, can I have your address? And can I have your contact information online and you don't even know who I am, right? That's a heavy ask. That's a big ask, right? So if you're creating a home valuation landing page, take a few moments and get some picture in there that looks like something that's going on. This guy here, I don't think we're going to be able to open it because I think he might have changed it. Let's see. Oh yeah. So the kind of a mistake. So when he set it up, you want to type in the name of a town and he didn't do that. So this should always be, he's in Hawaii. This should be like, what is your Honolulu home worth? You want to speak to a town. You don't want to speak to a county because counties are too wide. You've got a lot of leads with it. I don't know how he did that, but that's great. Let's go down here. I showed you the open house feedback form, right? This guy here has 22 leads. So that means he was driving people to the home. We create this for you. If you have Wi-Fi in the house, open up your laptop, your iPad and say, hey, we would really like your feedback. Would you mind just clicking through that? And it's just answer the question. Yes, no, yes, no. What's your email? They're going to get a mobilized single property website. You're going to get a lead, right? And you know what? The mobile optimized single property website, it captures leads too. So it can really be engaging. Here, 11 leads from another open house over in Georgia. There's a little picture in the back. You can choose what forms or what questions you want to ask. So he minimized the questions, but okay. You can approach it from different ways, right? And let's just go look. We got another one here. North Carolina. But you can see that these tools capture leads, but the only way they capture leads is if you use them, right? If you don't use them, they're just sitting here. Okay. And that's why I keep pointing out or mentioning our YouTube channel, because it's going to show you how to use all of these tools. And if you haven't realized it by now, all of these tools are designed to capture leads for you. Let's go over here to ads. And this is the last section that you all want to take advantage of, right? Now, I want to remind you, we're getting close to the top of the hour here. I have a class specifically on Facebook and Google ads. Okay. It's on this page. I've shared it with you. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Just waiting for this stuff to come up. Yeah. So here I actually do a class called Facebook and Google ads. And I always break it down, just so you know. Here's one right here 10 days ago. I always kind of split it up in terms of buyer, how you get buyers and how you get sellers. Okay. So when you come to the ads page, you need to connect the first time. It's going to say connect to Facebook. And that comes with the system. And that means you can run ads on your Facebook and Instagram pages. And here are the kinds of ads that you can run. A listing ad. You can run an ad on an open house, just listed or just sold, or any other stage. You can run an ad on any of those landing pages. So when I was showing you the landing pages that our clients are capturing leads on the past 7 days, they were probably running ads just like this. You remember the 80 PDF guides that I mentioned? You can run ads right here. Here's the thing that I want to say about Facebook. I do even like Facebook. I've certainly spoken to realtors who are like, oh, I hate social media. I understand that. It's a little bit egocentric. However, a lot of American adults, not teenagers, really like Facebook. They can see their grandkids. They can see where their kids are going, where they're traveling, what they're doing. You can follow your favorite interests and topics, golf or whatever. Right here on this page where I'm scrolling through, oh, ads show up. Here's an ad from Chase, right? So when you run an ad on this system here, on our system, and let's just say I want to run an ad on a property that is sold because I want to get more listings. Actually, I'm going to run it on pending, and I'll tell you a little story. We're going to always leave it on lead ads. If you feel like you don't want leads with name, email, and phone number, then do something else. But if you want leads with name, email, and phone number, leave the default settings, lead ads, and create ad. We write everything. We do everything. All the boxes you needed to check on Facebook, we do it all automatically. That's why this thing is so powerful. It's pre-written. You can publish. Because it's pending, the message is designed to get home value leads. When it's pending or under contract or sold, it's going to do that. Now there's more to learn about this, but I want to tell you something about the cost per lead. Remember when I said when you run an ad for a buyer for a home like an open house, those leads cost around $3 each. When we run an ad for a property that is sold, Facebook charges more. They charge $7 each per lead. Okay. So if you're running a $50 ad and leads cost $7 each, that's about 7 leads. But when you're running an ad that's pending, agents don't do that. There's so many agents that won't even run an ad on a sold property. But if you're doing it as pending, those leads, because nobody's competing, cost $2.50 each. So imagine running a $50 ad and getting 20 seller leads with name, email, and phone number. That's a really good, smart way of using your money and time. So that's how you do it. You go do it right here. Okay. You can also run ads on home valuation landing pages. Those leads cost around like a home value page, right? What is my home worth or something like that? When we do that, those leads cost around $15 each. Expensive compared to the pending ad. But you still want to do both just for your branding purposes, right? If you run an ad on a PDF guide for either buyers or sellers, those ads often cost $10 each. Okay. Now, we do have an upgrade. I highly recommend if you are a listing agent, meaning you've been in this business for a while and you like to have listings and you know that it costs money to get listings. Google is the #1 website in the country. Okay. Number one, 86% of all questions on the internet are asked on Google. So if you have a landing page for your favorite town that you want listings, this is the way to do it. You click on the landing page, you click create ad, and all you got to do is type in the name of your corresponding city. So if that says Miami over here on the right, it better say Miami there. If it says Dallas over here, $50 a day budget. The Facebook stuff is a week. Why is it so expensive? That's because it is the number one website. Google charges the most. So running an ad like this in Dallas, Texas, these leads cost $30 each. In Western Pennsylvania, these ads cost $22 each. And in Utah, about $17 each. And I think they get a little bit cheaper, but they can certainly get more expensive. Let me ask a question. Hold on a second. Echo, how many dollars, US dollars, is 300 Canadian dollars?
.com. $3 is $3, which is
Never mind. Stop. Anyway, leads like this in Vancouver, British Columbia, they cost $300 each, Canadian dollars, in Canada. And so if you're a new agent in Canada, in Vancouver particularly, you can't compete on Google. And so those agents are competing on Facebook until they can build enough budget to compete on Google, which is the number one place to be competing. I go in a lot of detail on Facebook and Google and all the ads that you can see right here on the Facebook and Google class, which I did 10 days ago. Okay. Let me remind you, and let me send this to you again, to everyone on the call. If you're still here, hold on to this page and please take your time and check this page out. I will also tell you, if you're new to us and you're really starting to understand like what in the world are agents doing, if you click on the homepage in this channel, you'll see a bunch of reviews. And these are agents saying what they're doing and what they're getting from our platform. You might want to check these out too. It'll give you some ideas of how you can use it, right? So everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for putting up with my wacky internet nonsense. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm here for a couple more minutes. If you have any questions, what's the recommended frequency for Google seller ads? That is a question, Janine, of what is your budget? Where are you in the country, Janine? What state or what city? Yeah. To be honest, let me give you all a broad, if I'm talking to a brand new agent, and I mean 1 to 2 years, I would tell you to compete on Facebook, right? You can get more leads, lesser quality, but you can get, if you're watching our Facebook class here and Google class here, you'll learn how to really benefit from Facebook. When you then get into, hey, I want to get more listing leads and you have that budget, and I would say after maybe 6 months of using us, if you're a rookie agent, let's just say you're new or not even a rookie, you don't have much business right now, and you start applying this and you start getting leads and business in 1 to maybe 6 months, you get a budget and say, okay, I want to grow my listing business. But you need to think about Google. But let me be clear, there are lots of ways to get listing leads without Google. But once you're ready to go there, you want to have a budget. And I would say that budget, you're in Southern Florida, seller leads are probably going to cost you $25 each, right? So every 100, you're going to get 4. You might want to be spending $200-300 or more every month. A lot of agents in the industry spend thousands of dollars a month on Google. What they don't know is that they're giving the bulk of that money to the person they're paying. And they're only getting a couple of leads, a handful of leads. Whereas here, you're spending very little money, but the bulk of your money is going to Google. So you get more leads per dollar when you're using our system. So again, let me finish this thought. If you're brand new to real estate, and spend $200 a month on Facebook ads, some for buyers, some for sellers, your business pages will be seen by those ads 10 to 20,000 times, which is awesome for your branding. Okay. Google is not great for branding because we go there, we ask a question, but we don't really ever see it again when we get that answer. So If you're running ads on landing pages or for buyers or sellers, I think you really benefit from building your brand on Facebook. And you're ready, add a couple $100 a month. 3 to 500 is, I think, really a minimum for Google every month. Okay. And that's obviously you got to be able to afford that. But you can do the math. And I just pulled out that number, Janine, of $25. You have a lot of competition in Florida. There's more realtors than palm trees, I think. And so that cost may be a little bit higher. Right. So anyway, everyone, thanks so much for hanging out with me, putting up with the ridiculous internet issues I'm having. This call is being recorded. It will be up in the mastermind group either later today or tomorrow. And that's it. Thanks. I don't see any more questions. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.